Let me ask you something. How far back can you go right now from memory on your child's medical history? The first hospitalization, the first diagnosis, maybe the first surgery, the medications that were tried and discontinued well before you found the ones that work right now. Most caregiving parents can remember some of the big moments, but the details, the exact dates, the names of the doctors who were there, the specific dosages before the last adjustment, the information exists somewhere. It's in some old discharge papers, in the portal messages that you scroll past, and emails that you meant to save in your own memory, which has been asked to hold far more than any one person should ever carry. Well, today we bring it all together, all in one place, in a way that actually works. And I promise by the end of this video, you will know exactly how to do it. Welcome back, caregivers. This is Caregiver the Health Boss, and I am Michelle Stevens. In this video, I wish existed the day we came home from our first hospitalization, which was from birth after 4.5 months in the NICU. So let's build your child's medical history together right now. Here is something that happens in almost every caregiving family at some point. You're at an appointment. It could be a new specialist or a new provider, maybe in a new city, and they ask a question about your child's history, something very specific, and you know the answer because you were there. You lived it. But right now, in this moment, in this room, under this pressure, with this person waiting, you can't access it cleanly. So you say, well, I think it was like in 2019 or maybe it was 2020. Have to check. I'm not sure the exact dosage before the last change. And in that moment, the moment that you say, I think, or I'm not sure, something shifts in the room. Not because you don't know your child, but because the information is scattered across too many places for the human brain to retrieve on demand. A complete, organized medical history is not about being the perfect parent. It is about being the most effective advocate your child has ever had. And today, we're going to build it. So, to build and to organize your child's medical history, we're going to do this like in 5 steps. So do not let any of the 5 steps intimidate you. Some of these you will complete in 10 minutes. Some of them are going to take longer. The goal is not perfection today. The goal is just to get started, because getting started, even imperfectly, is infinitely more useful than a perfect system that you haven't built. All right. So before we can get started, the first step is you got to gather everything first. Before you organize anything, before you touch a single folder or open a single binder, collect. Go find every piece of medical paper in your home, hospital discharge paperwork, old prescription bottles, clinic visit summaries, uh, whether it's physical therapy reports, lab results, insurance EOBs, letters from specialists, school health records. Put it all in one place. Here's a tip. You can set a box or a laundry basket in the middle of the room and just deposit every medical thing, everything related to your child's care. Don't sort it, don't organize it. I just need you to gather it. This step alone will show you two things: how much you actually already have, which is probably more than what you realize, and what's missing. What is missing from the information still living inside portals, inside your phone, or inside your own memory that really just needs to be captured. So give yourself about 30 minutes or so for the step. Set a timer, select everything, and then stop. All right. So step number two. So remember, step number one, gather everything first. Do not organize it. We're going to throw it in a box in the middle of the room. Step number two, build the medical timeline. This is the backbone of your child's entire medical system. Chronological list from the very beginning to right now of every significant medical event. What goes on the timeline? Dates of initial diagnosis and every additional diagnosis after that. Every hospitalization date, hospital, reason, length of stay, every surgery or significant procedure, the date and what was done. Every major medication change, what was added, what was removed, or whatever was adjusted, or when. Every specialist added to the care team and when. Every major evaluation, developmental, school based, any significant reasons, complications, or unexpected events. Just start with what you know. Don't stop to research what you don't know. Leave blanks where the dates aren't clear and come back to the portals or any other records and just add it later. A timeline with gaps is still way more useful than no timeline at all. And here is something that surprises most parents when they complete this step. You'll see the patterns that you've never seen before. Because when you are living inside the care, all the appointments by day and appointments and crisis by crisis, you can't always see the full shape of it. The timeline gives you the full shape, and the full shape tells you things no individual appointment report could ever tell you. All right, so number three, build the current snapshot. If the timeline is your child's full history, full story, current snapshot is the chapter that is right in front of you, like right now. This is the one-page document that's going to travel with your child everywhere. What it includes: personal information, so full name, date of birth, blood type, primary insurance, secondary insurance if you have one. Your primary care's physician, their name, their direct phone number, active diagnosis list. So every current diagnosis in plain English, not just ICD codes, the billing codes. Current medications, the name, dosage, frequency, prescribing doctor, every single one, including supplements or over the counter stuff that are given on a schedule. Like if your kid has to have Tylenol or Benadryl or something to that effect. Any known allergies, so medical medication allergies with a specific reaction noted, environmental allergies that affect care decisions. Do not administer. So if there are medications or treatments that your child cannot receive under any circumstances, this goes here. Bold, clear, unmissable. Active specialist list. So every specialist that is currently involved, the name, the specialty, the practice, the phone number. The document should fit on one page. Two, if your child's situation requires it, but just try to keep it to one. Because in an emergency, one page gets read, 8 pages get set to the side. And then we actually have ours in a envelope that's in his bag, and it clearly states open in case of emergency. So that's just a little tip. All right, so step number 4, organize your documents. Now we go back to the pile that you gathered in step 1. You are going to sort it into categories. So sort by hospitalizations, group by date, surgical records, group by procedure, labs and imaging results, group by date and type. Your therapy reports, Group those by therapy type. So your PT, your OT, your speech, specialist correspondence. Group by provider. And your insurance documents, authorization letters, EOBs, appeals, like within each category, chronological order, most recent in front, at the front. Here's a tip. You do not need to keep everything forever. Now, I have that as a tip, but I have stuff going way back. But the general rule of thumb is keep the most recent report from each specialist, keep all surgical records permanently, keep all diagnosis documentation permanently, keep insurance appeal outcomes permanently. Routine visits, surgeries from like 5 years ago, where nothing significant was noted. Well, those can go if you feel comfortable. The goal is a file that you can navigate, not an archive of every single piece of paper that has ever passed through your home. Now, I will tell you that I had those, I've scanned them, I have folders, and they're all listed in there. Um, I keep everything for years. I kept it, I still have it. Every piece of paper, every printout. But then initially, all of that stuff that was printed out, I realized that I was spending more time managing the paper than using the information. So I did start to scan it. Like I said, that in a directory, I still have them. But for you, curate, keep what matters, and then let go of the rest. It's your child, so you know what the important things are. All right, so step 5, go digital. What I was just talking about. But don't let it be the only copy. So once your paper system is built, photograph or scan the most critical documents, the current snapshot, the medication list, the surgical history, any documents that you would need in case of emergency, save them in a clearly labeled folder on your phone and in a cloud folder, share it with your spouse or a caregiver, and your email as a draft where you can easily access it. Why paper and why digital? Simple. Because phones die, apps change, portals go down at 11 p.m. when you need them the most. Paper does not need Wi Fi. Paper does not need a password. Paper in your hand, when the power is out at the hospital and it's an unfamiliar city, digital is your backup and paper is your foundation. So that's why you build both. So I want to address something that comes up for almost every parent when they sit down to do the work. The feeling that you should have done this sooner. Well, let me tell you something directly. The fact that it wasn't organized before today doesn't mean that you weren't a good caregiver. It doesn't mean that you weren't doing the most important things, which is showing up for your child every single day with the energy and time that you had. Organization is not evidence of love. You already had the love. This is just a simple system that makes the love more sustainable, more effective, more equipped. And here is the thing about building this. Once it exists, it does not just help you today. It helps the next provider who walks into your child's life. It helps the school. It helps your spouse. It helps your mother or whoever steps in when you cannot be there. It helps your child who will one day be old enough to understand and participate in their own care. The system outlasts the moments that you build it. The moment you build it, that is worth the afternoon that it takes. So, everything that we walked through today, the timeline, the current snapshot, the supporting documents, the digital backups, is built into the Care for Me planner. So we have this one that's on Amazon, which is soft cover. And then we also have the hardcover, which you can get on the website, which also has the tabs and everything included. So we have, like I said, these two. The sections are already structured. The prompts are already written. You don't have to get it figured out because it's already laid out for you. All you have to do is just fill in the blanks. So if you want to start there, the link is in the description. If you want to start building your own system from scratch using what we covered today, this is absolutely the right move too. Either way, just start today, not next week, not after the next appointment. Baby, start today. Even if you only complete step one today, gather everything that you need in one place. You look, you've moved the needle after you've done that. And the parent who gathers everything today and is 3 steps ahead of the parent who's still holding everything in their head. So I hope that helped. Drop a comment and tell me which step are you starting with today? I want to know. I'll be in the comments. So share this with a caregiving parent who has been meaning to get organized. This is the push they needed. So subscribe because next week we're talking about something every special needs family or caregiver needs before they stay in the hospital. So until next time, I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now, caregiver.